EA Bullets YouTube channel.
Hurry up, now tell us why you're here.
Now, there is a very notable Piston Cup race that happened in 2002. Let me tell you all about it. In this Piston Cup race in 2002, the 33rd race of the 2002 Piston Cup season, Davey Apex started in 43rd, just ahead of Winford Bradford Rutherford, who as a result fails to qualify for this race. This race, Billy Oilchanger would start at pole position, and on lap 1, Daryl Draggard would be out because of an engine failure. And due to this engine failure, Davey Apex would need to avoid the wreckage. And just 2 laps later, on lap 3, Ryan Thunderbolt Jr. would be wrecked out by the mean green car, Chick X, who thought he could wreck Davey Apex as well, but he was wrong. Even after he wrecked Ruby Easy Oaks on lap 10, which Davey Apex avoided once again. Why, you mean green car? Why did you need to wreck 14 more cars this race? Why? But Davey Apex avoided the wreckage all of those other times. Good job. Matt Karzith would lead the most laps this race, leading 82 laps. And Billy Oilchanger would lead 81 other laps, including from the pole, which is where he started. Not quite the same story near the end of the race. The King Strip Weathers would lead 42 of the last 50 laps of the race, and most of the others were led by Dale Carrett. With 50 laps to go, Davey Apex was 14th in the race and had yet to enter the top 10. And at that point, the favorites to win the race were the King and Dale Carrett, who were the front two at the 350th lap of the race, with the King leading more of the laps, but Dale Carrett still leading laps. The pre-race favorites to win this race were Mark Carton, Kurt Buschtire, Tony Gasworth, Jeff Corvette, Chuck Armstrong, and of course, Billy Oilchanger, who started at pole position. Nobody would have thought that Davey Apex would win the race. But on the final lap, he was still only 4th in the race. Before that, he would need to pass Kurt Buschtire, who failed to wreck him on the final lap. But as Kurt Buschtire was trying to wreck Davey Apex on the final lap, Davey Apex put his right 2 tires on the wall and continued to race that way, and also used the same technique to pass the King and Dale Carrett. The strategy paid off, and it resulted in Davey Apex winning his very first race, winning the 2002 Revolting 400. Dale Carrett would end up finishing 2nd this race, side by side with the King Strip Weathers finishing 3rd this race. And here is footage of the finish with Davey Apex up front. The car that finished 4th would be Billy Oilchanger, and to round out the top 5 is Kurt Buschtire, who finished 5th this race. Dirksen de Agostino was the last car to finish on the lead lap this race, finishing 26th, and Mark Carton was the points leader both going in and out of this race, with Tony Gasworth only 11 points behind Mark Carton. The King Strip Weathers was 15 points behind, and in 4th after the race would be Billy Oilchanger, 30 points behind of Mark Carton. And the final car, who had a chance of winning the Piston Cup at this point of the season, was Kurt Buschtire, who was 108 points behind his teammate Mark Carton. But after the 35th race of the 2002 Piston Cup season, Kurt Buschtire was no longer able to win the Piston Cup mathematically. All 5 of the cars that I mentioned that had a chance of winning the Piston Cup as of that point in the 2002 Piston Cup season finished in the top 10 of this race, making the title race more interesting. But at the end of the season, it would be Tony Gasworth who would win the 2002 Piston Cup. If you want to watch how that season ends, there is a link in the description to the 2002 Dinoco 400 video. But This video is all about Davey Apex's achievement, being the only Piston Cup racer to start in last position and then win the race. This would be the only win that Davey Apex would get during his Piston Cup career. He would race for a few more seasons as Team Revolting's primary car before TG Castlenut joined the Piston Cup in 2007. Davey Apex himself would retire in 2008, after getting a whopping 2 more top 10s. In his final 6 Piston Cup seasons.
Remember to press the notifications button, which goes ring, ring, ring after you press it. And lightning strikes back, and that's as if you subscribed, of course. And thank you for watching this entire video.
I am still working on several Piston Cup videos for this channel during the Advent Calendar. A video detailing Matthew Fuel Wheel's career, a video detailing Jamarcus K-Kart's career, the Earnhardt family tree video, which would be the 3rd family tree video on this channel. Coincidentally, that was Dale Earnhardt's number, and of course, the 2012 LA 500 video. Hopefully all of these videos will be coming out very soon. Unfortunately, the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine is still going on. The Ukrainian people just want to live in peace and have freedom. It's now winter, so it's very cold in Ukraine. And many people are being forced to live in the dark and in the cold. But why? The tyrant and bully Vladimir Putin got in the way of this common dream by starting this senseless war. Why did you need to take more land from Ukraine? Did you forget that Russia is the biggest country in the world? And currently, 1/5 of Ukraine's territory is under illegal Russian occupation. Crimea, the Donbass, and parts of the Kherson, Zaporizhia, and Kharkiv oblasts in eastern and southern Ukraine are under Vladimir Putin's tyranny. We here at the hashtag KABlogs YouTube channel stand with Ukraine in their struggle against Vladimir Putin's tyranny, as well as recognize Ukraine's true borders, which are shown on this map, which includes all of that land that Russia illegally occupies, most notably Crimea and the Donbass, but also the territories in southern and eastern Ukraine that were taken during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. Slava Ukraini! Heroyam slava! Nechai Shvitsya Daretsia Ukraini Peremoha! Glory to Ukraine! Glory to the heroes! May Ukraine be granted victory very soon!